Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another episode of the Chelsea Breakdown. What a win. What a emphatic win that was. My goodness gracious me, people. We were living life. Living life. I don't know if people have survived that one. My heart rate is through the roof. I'm only just calming down now. Javon is looking like he's out of some sort of film. Brother, welcome. How are you feeling today?
Damn dead. Funeral settings, my friend.
Unbelievable, bro. What a visual you are right now. Like the black bandana, the glasses, the headphones, the gloves, the jacket. Oh my god, you've outdone yourself. And Alexis is looking very sharp as well. Brother, how are you feeling today? How are you doing?
I'm very happy. Some people call it the Spurnabow. We call it Shite Heart Lane. 3-point collectors. We came, we saw, we conquered, and we're going back home with a smile on our face. Title charge, here we come.
Very much so. And Tobes, brother, how are you feeling today? How are you doing, bro? What a win.
I just love this fixture, man. It's entertaining and then 3 points for us. That's just how Chelsea Spurs goes. It went the same way. Man, I'm surprised to see you're in clothes.
Yes.
They're back on.
Listen, brother, I didn't know what to do. I came in wearing many layers to that watch along. Many layers were worn, and I just took one layer off at a time. Do you know what I mean? It was getting hot. It was getting sweaty. It was a very nerve-wracking game. And then, you know, even when Cole Palmer make it cold, I didn't feel like I needed any clothes. I was good to go. What a win. I mean, where do we even start? I feel like we got to start with the highs. We got to start with the best performers, because there was a lot in that game that wasn't going our way. There was a couple of players that really were a mess out there, but I want to start with the highs. Javon, pick, brother. Which one do you want to praise the most in that game coming out of there, bro? Because wow, there's a lot of quotes as well.
See, the one thing I want to start with, which is very strange. Remember that ball that was played in and it was going in behind and Palmer just slightly redirected it? I have no idea why, but that play stands out to me. It was so flipping cold. But then, alas, we got to take it back to my fellow brother who wore gloves and turned up today. Jadon, Sancho, Sancholini, Sanchovino, Sanchino. This man is an absolute baller. This man is a skillful demon, bro. This man is Brazilian. He just plays for England. I'm telling you now. This man is a baller. And let's not forget Enzo Fernandez. Thank you for proving me right, Enzo Fernandez. It feels so good to be vindicated. That goal, absolutely brilliant. Listen, we weren't the best today, but we're high and we move. Absolutely buzzing, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting in second. Where we've capitalized greatly. Can I just say, this was a stupendous weekend. Terrific weekend. Let's not even forget, because we talk about Chelsea every time on here, and we must because of the Chelsea breakdown. But let's not forget our rivals fell this weekend. They fell. Arsenal dropping points against Fulham. Manchester United, if we could even bother bring them up in the conversation, lost against Nottingham Forest. Lost against Callum Hudson-Odoi and Ola Aina. Cobham handling business outside of the fortress. Liverpool postponed. Manchester City 2-2 against Crystal Palace. What a scintillating, tantalizing weekend that was. Tobes, talk to me. How do you feel? Because we're going to get into the game, but how did you feel about the weekend?
It smelt more of like, oh, we need to capitalize. This is the big test. Like, can we actually do it from last season where others would drop points and then we'd drop points? Like, this was going into it. I felt more nervy. I saw their team come out. I don't know what kind of things they've been giving Van der Ven and Romero. They set up like the Undertaker. They were suddenly starting games. I thought one of them was out till January. And then even with ours, it's like, okay, I don't mind our team, but then we start. Cucurella's got the wrong boots on. So feeling wise but do you know what? As weird as it sounds, even when it went 2-0, there was an element of me going, oh, this happened last year though. This did happen last year. They start well, whatever. Like I feel more trust in this lot I feel trust is built to the point that I can trust this Chelsea side as much as they haven't got over the line the bigger games. Like Spurs has always been Spurs to us, and I don't know. It was like you said, it was the perfect time to capitalise. Arsenal dropped points today. They only got one corner, I think, maybe 2 corners in the game, so they only managed to get 1 goal from that. And yeah, even though they had their full team, Spurs, it was real. Yeah, it was a real well, not that much of a throwback, but Van de Ven, his hamstring exploded again. Like it was just same old from the.
Mad. It was very reminiscent. It was, and I know people, and we will talk about it, but everybody wants to make a bigger, wider conversation about what this win means and whatnot. But can we, as Chelsea fans, away from all the rivals right now, because they will poke us and prod us about, what does this mean in the grand scheme? But can we all just remind ourselves what a win away at Tottenham means? What a win in London derbies mean? What a win against a Big Six team at last this season means? Because a lot of people feel like we're getting excited or we're enjoying it, we're reveling in it because of wider aspirations or because of the pressure they want to put on us. Don't forget what this game means. Don't forget the Battle of the Bridge. Don't forget last season. This game is titanic. I think it's such an underrated derby. It's a derby that people just dismiss because there is Arsenal versus Tottenham. People don't understand the intensity, the entertainment, and the unpredictability of this fixture. It is always fierce. There is always nasty tackles going in. And I didn't come here today for pretty football. I didn't come here today to control and to suffocate. I came here for a win. And that's exactly what we got. Yes, there were L's to take along the way in terms of individual performances. But Alexis, brother, talk to me about what this win means to you, because I was ecstatic today, bro. Ecstatic.
It means personality. It means pride. Those players, as sad as it sounds, played for the badge. It meant to every single one of them before the game as much as it meant to us. Noni came out and said, look, we know how much this means to the fans. The boys are going to give it everything, and we're going to do you proud. You had other players coming out and speaking out how it was time to make a statement. We're a serious team. And for me, that's exactly what they did. 2-0 down. How easy would it have been for Chelsea for the last 2 years? Put your heads down. Nope. They believed they were going to get back into it. And like Tobes said, all of us knew. We get one, we're coming back. They're going to crumble. And they crumbled like Van de Ven's hamstring. Like the cheese strings that it is. And we absolutely destroyed them. We absolutely destroyed them, and it deserved it. That volley from Enzo Fernandez, by the way, he has really told a lot of people to shut up, because the way that people cooked him, people were giving him away for 15 million to Real Madrid. They were begging him to come take him. People were hiring for EasyJet flights. They were like, oh, you know what? We'll get him a ticket. All of a sudden, the man's changed his whole tune. Lost a little bit of weight. All of a sudden, he's mobile. He's got the bite back in him. I don't know if some of you noticed, he had hickeys on him today at the start of the game.
Mad.
We know what kind of antics he's been doing. It's a completely different man. Completely different man. He's telling people to call him live on TV.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Right.
Honestly, I'm so proud of them. Every single one of them today. Even the bozos. And we'll get to that later. But
we're going to talk about the bozos in a minute. 100%.
There's like this, you touched on the Battle of the Bridge. There's this synergy that the players seem to have with this fixture and the fans, that like everyone feels so on the same page. I get the impression our players always hate Spurs as well. And like, even you see, I saw in some of their Instagrams just before I hopped on, I think Gusto caption, he goes with, it's happened again. Like Palmer's dinking them, and then he's running over, and then he's giving it his. Like there's this, Sancho is dashing the corner flag just for fun. Like there's this element of everyone being on the same page of like, we don't lose this fixture. It's like, I think John Terry or a player spoke in the past about John Terry would always say to him, like, this is the one that like, you do not let this happen. This does not happen at Chelsea. You win this fixture.
Do you know what it is, right? On the preview, bro, Lewis called it light work lane, which is crazy. It's been previously called 3-point lane, right? And I'll be honest, at 2-0 down, I don't know about you guys, at 2-0 down, I would have taken a point because I was so scared of us actually losing, because I just felt like Maresca, he said it a lot of times. If you can't win or you don't feel like we're gonna win, don't lose. Don't lose. And I was dying for a win, but I could not lose that game. I couldn't. And people are shocked. People are shocked with my reactions, taking my tits out, top off, throwing furniture. Honest to God, with no cameras around, that is what people do in their yards. If you've got a Tottenham fan in the family, God forbid you got a Tottenham fan in the family, and you're in the same space, that is the level of anarchy and chaos that can happen when there's a game like that. Proper Barclays, by the way, early 2000s chaos. I'm not here on camera to be all, decorum and grace and all this. Fuck that. I'm going to rip up the place because it's Tottenham away. The limbs today in that stadium. Can you imagine the limbs?
Oh, man.
Can you imagine the limbs? They must have lost it today in that stadium. I know there's about 3 or 4 men in A&E. A&E. I know.
That's where Don is, isn't he? Yeah.
Bro, honestly, like, I was just so gassed for the team because I feel like their performances this season, they deserve a big win. Maresca deserved a big win. And I know it was fortunate at times because Tottenham missed a lot of big chances, but I'll take it any day of the week. We've had enough performances this season where we could say, good performance, good performance, good performance, good control, good system, good tactics. We've had enough of that this season where we can have a little scumbag, a little shithousery win where we are just towing the line too much. We get away with it.
He won us the game today, though,
Huh?
For me, Enzo Maresca won us the game. First half was a basketball match. It was you attack, we attack, you attack, we attack. We came out in the second half. Genuinely, until the 85th minute, they didn't do nothing. We controlled that game. It was calm. It was collected. And that's one thing that I think we don't give Maresca enough credit for. At halftime, I trust him to basically read what the other team does, set us up perfectly. We win that second half. It's happened so many times this year. Like, we genuinely come out and we stifle the other team. And I had anything classic, was it? Like, it wasn't it. Like, it was just bring Gusto on, move Badiashile away so he doesn't have to use his right foot, and boom.
Yeah, I was going to say, it wasn't obvious as well. You know how normally we're like, this one's not turned up first half. Lavia had been one of the best players on the pitch for us. It wasn't like an obvious change to take Lavia off and do that. Okay, so maybe hold on, Gusto in, but what
did everybody make of Lavia's performance? Because Tobes, you said it's good performance, but off the ball, bro, I was very annoyed with him.
I don't know. No, I thought I could see why, because Spurs were getting some chances, but I thought in terms of like how we would create from Lavia, turning one of them, playing it through to Enzo Pump, that was happening so consistently, and like how pressurized he was. I thought that was like, I get why you'd have some issues with him out of possession, but like on the ball, I thought it was the best he's looked so far. I thought it was top.
Yeah.
You sound like Enzo Maresca, but top. Look at it.
Yeah,
enjoy it. The fan
base. Enzo did a Frank Lampard as well in his interview. Like he started as something to do with Cucurella. He's like, oh yeah, he wants to make the game a bit more emotional, giving away the goals. But no, seriously, like he went full Frank with his interview. It's just like, what a day.
Mad. Honestly, yeah. Go on, Javon.
All rise. This is the report of Tottenham Hotspur. Time of death, 6:15 UK time. I have some further information. They died horrifically by gunshot wounds. First, coming in the 17th minute by Jadon Sancho, top marksman. Second, coming from Cole Palmer. Beautiful penalty. One slug to the left-hand side of the chest. Third one, coming from Enzo Fernandez. One in the throat, through the jugular, brain lick out. And the last one, coming from Cole Palmer. One to the cranium, brain splash out, murderation, slaughteration, no corporation. From 1885 to December 2024, here lies the chicken birds, the chicken men. Again, these men are shit, bro. When you walk and we step on the floor and we look on our shoes, shit, Tottenham. Why do we even bother? Why do we call them a football club? These men were 2-0 up These mans were 2-0 up and bottled it. They were 2-0 up and no one was trembling in their boots. No. We know what was coming. We knew what was coming. We had snipers. We had people walking around with rifles. Okay? We had big gunshots ready and loaded. Had the jerk season ready. We were going to have another Thanksgiving. These men are shit, blood.
Some people call them the stuffing.
Bro, I don't know why people like X and people like Tobes support this club. You do this to yourselves, blood. These men are shit. And I'm not going to carry on and analyze again. Okay. You men are 2-0 up. Think about it. We literally gave you 2 goals. And we came back and won. We gave you the toilet paper to wipe your ass, and yet you're still at that shit.
We sent Cucurella out there with sliders, bro. Sliders. Cucurella has been impeccable this season. Flawless. He's slipping and sliding on that pitch for both the goals. We got Badiashile trying to pass with his right foot for the first time in his life, it would seem, because he's just giving it away. Hospital passes, A&E passes, underfunded NHS passes. Unbelievable. The amount of times he tried to put us in jail today. Sanchez, willy-nilly, giving out presents before Christmas. Forget who's on the good or naughty list. Just pass after pass after pass for Tottenham attackers. 2-0 up at home in a must-win, because that's what Tobes told me. Because they're giving their manager Gaffer grief against Bournemouth in midweek, chatting all sorts about looks and appearances, right? Romero and Van der Ven rush back. I know there was a hamstring, comment made by Alexis. Usually I'd say, but no, because when it's Reece James, it's laughter. When it's Reece James, it's heckling from the rivals. They think it's funny. So fuck you. Hold that, first of all, right? Because when it's Reece James, everybody wants to get their jokes off. Everybody wants to run their banter. So hold that, right? Couldn't give 2 shits. This is a derby at the end of the day. That weakened them, that made us stronger. Creme de la creme shit. So that's my first point. But the way that we were just suffocated in that first 15, we were just giving it away. We weren't at the races, not at the tempo. And we've started some games slowly this season like that. But as we started to get ourselves in there, the quality started to show. It really did. And like you mentioned earlier with Sancho and Enzo, I mean, incredible finishes from both of them. Fantastic finishes from both of them. And even the way they looked after the ball when so many didn't seem to care about the football today. It was hot potato out there. Back and forth. It was rush on EAFC, really. That's where it was. It was rush. We wanted to play career mode. We wanted to play something responsible. They wanted to play rush. 5v5, whatever they want to do there. But Sancho and Enzo looked after the football. They made sure that it stuck with their feet. They found the right passes, the right decision-making, even away from their goals. The way that Sancho was linking up on that left-hand side. 20 to 25 million for this? Whilst I'm watching Man United put out some of the shit that they've got, they let this guy go to us. Remember when they wanted Cucurella on loan? Mm-hmm. And even though Cucurella was performing poorly and getting dragged into midfield and leaving space behind him, I said, don't give Cucurella on loan to Man United because he's too good for that. They've given us Sancho, the only person who can comprehend, the only person with the IQ to play with Diallo. They've given him to us on loan to give us points and to give us a higher place finish in the table, more competition, 20 to 25 million. And who have we loaned out the other way on that late transfer deadline day? Sterling.
Boys.
Not even kicking ball for Arsenal, not even a single contribution. Are you mad?
I'm going to debut a new saying on the channel today. And this is for Chelsea fans. Liverpool can have the slap penitentiary. You know what we have? And Postecoglou. I would like to formally enter you as a first participant of the Enzo Asylum. Welcome to the madhouse.
Enzo Asylum.
Ready.
Hey,
welcome
boys,
to the madhouse.
That penalty that Caicedo won, by the way, did you not see what Sancho was doing to their fullback? He had him on strings because Neto won the ball back. countered, and I was like, oh, play Palmer in. He didn't. He overplayed it, gave it to Cucurella, and then Sancho literally attracted 3 men towards himself, kept the ball with his... This guy's dribbling is unreal. Like,
It is.
he's not a 25 million pound footballer. I don't care what anyone says. He is far too talented, and he proves when everyone loses their head around him, he's got this care for the ball. And the way of pass to Caicedo was just inviting. Like, go on, make the challenge, doggy. Make the challenge. Caicedo just pushed it past him, wins the penalty, and it was game over from that moment. Even though it was 2-2, it was a matter of when we were going to score the third. Genuinely. And to get us back into the game at 2-0, it was that moment of brilliance that you need sometimes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people say he doesn't have it in him. He only scores tap-ins. He won't shoot unless it's 100% goal. Today, I think, you know what, Sancho really stepped up. And that 25 million all of a sudden looks like a bargain. Because, in my opinion, he's already contributed to this point. Whether it's at the Bournemouth winner with the assist, now it's this performance. This is 6 points that we most probably wouldn't have had if we didn't have a Sancho in the team.
Yeah. To be honest,
And
for me,
it's as simple as that.
To be honest,
for
me, when Sancho scored that goal, that was the full transition from a United player to a full-blown Chelsea lad, proper Chelsea. He put his head down and he's like, "Okay, someone gotta get us back into this game. I'm on the ball. Let me take the game by the scruff of the neck." And he took it. What I also want to talk about from a tactical perspective, Enzo Maresca did this. Oh, you guys want to, when you're playing FIFA and you sit up to take the game seriously? Cool. Enzo Maresca did that. And the way he did that was the tactical switch in midfield. Pulls off Lavia, puts a right back at right back, puts Gusto at right back. Don't have him going up too high. Just, be that right-footed right side player. And then we saw Enzo and Caicedo. Caicedo operated at a single DM, but it's fine. It's cool. It's Caicedo. But that little tactical switch changed the whole game for us. When he did that, we started controlling the game. And I'm like, okay, we're going to win. The minute I saw that switch, and then we got the penalty, I knew we was going to win. And, bro, Cole Palmer, bro, to do a Penenka and these... What are we doing, bro? This man is an absolute joke of a baller. A Panenka. Bro, I can't say anything. A Panenka at that stage of the game.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane, bro. It's absolutely insane. We go 4-2 up, enjoying the game. I guess we're not gonna talk about our defensively hauler of a show today, but bro, it's
we
a
will
sweet
talk about
victory.
it for sure. We'll talk about it.
We will be there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Palmer
definitely.
for that. I mean, the pen was nuts, but the run for that third goal actually, I think that was a few players. I'd say that's Enzo's best game in a Chelsea shirt. So that's probably Sancho's best game in England. I'd argue to be. I thought those two for us were that good. That it was kind of Neymar Hazard-esque, some of what Sancho did today, and even Alexis, you brought up the pen that he wins. The chance that Palmer scuffed in the first half was kind of from the same thing. He was just toying with that fullback all day, puts Enzo in on the overlap. But then the move for the third goal was like Enzo down the wing, doing little 1-2s, giving it back to Sancho. Caicedo just nutmegs the bloke in the middle of the pitch. We were taking the piss even when we were losing at points. That's what it felt like today. And it was such a contrast to last year. It's like we won 4-1, but you walked away going, oh my God, how have we only just felt like we nicked that game against 9 men or whatever. Like this today, the scoreline says 4-3, but it looked night and day in terms of this team is progressing so much. Like Palmer on the wing for that third goal, there's nothing on. There's absolutely zero on. And he just creates something out of nothing.
Tobes, is what you said, right? The technical level of the team has gone up so much. Just by the physicality is there still from what Poch wanted, but it's the technical level with the tactics where it's measured and controlled. And you add the Enzo, you add Sancho with Neto, and all of a sudden, we just look like a very comfortable team. You want to play a 50-50 game? We can take you on that. You want to slow it down and play control tactics? We can do it. And this is why I'm really starting to have faith in this team, where I don't approach weekends like, oh, they're gonna ruin my weekend. It's more like, oh, Chelsea's playing.
Yeah.
It's such a nice feeling.
Something you touched on, and I think is one of the key things from the game. Neto got no change out of his fullback. Palmer said, "Really? Watch that style." When Palmer drifted out to that right hand side, Udogi dead. I don't even remember who was playing that left centre back. Dead. And then he just started to maze his way through. I'm like,
There's Van der Ven over there.
Van der Ven
Before the
dead.
injury.
Bro, the man slaughtered everybody on that side and just laid off a beautiful pass to Caicedo, who eventually won the penalty. It was, bro, that was creme de la creme. Creme de la creme. Bro, it's an autopsy. I'd already did the autopsy. Them dead. What else more? Them dead.
Bro, do you know what it was, yeah? I agreed with you with Neto because Neto, for me, he could have got more out of Udogie. And I was thinking maybe Madueke needs to come on and start skinning him because we're not getting enough. But it's so weird. We were like toying with it. We had we had shots and we had chances, but we didn't create like massive amounts of big chances. I leave on the statistics. So 2 big chances, 6. Obviously the 2 penalties has really pushed the XG up as well. But like Tottenham had some like right in front of goal. How the heck have you missed that type moments? Whereas us, I felt like we got ourselves in such good positions. But Jackson's box movement today, very, very frustrating. His decision making on the break at times where we were on the break and we had more numbers, if anything, 2v3s, 3v4s, and people are holding onto the ball for too long. They're not playing the right pass, or not, etc. That could have led to even more shots. But yeah, I thought Palmer, as the game went on, just got into it more and more. And Sancho and Enzo were already on it from the get-go. Was you guys happy with? I mean, let's get to the defense as well, because how much of that is down to Badiashile, or how much of it is down to him playing in a position where under the press he's going to be always moved to his left foot, and it was an easy pressing trigger for Tottenham, I guess, having him over there.
If I'm being honest, once Tottenham realized that he was of no good on his right foot, they forced him to play the ball in the middle. Once he forced to play the ball in the middle, Badiashile played the ball to the CDM, to whoever was supposed to be in that first phase, and that first phase rotated from time to time. The issue is, but what Badiashile should have done was try to get the ball over the top each time. Because while you can force him on his left foot, he has the passing capability to try and go long with it, over the top and try to bypass the midfield. He didn't do that at all. So when Tottenham realized that, they started targeting that. So I'm going to attribute that to him not being on his strong foot. Also coupled with he's not been great this season. He has a couple games up there, but he has not been great this season. In the second half, though, I will defend him just a little. He was a lot better than he was in the first half. I'll give him that because he was on his stronger side. But for me, overall, he didn't have the best of games.
Yeah, I think he acclimatized a bit. I thought he acclimatized a bit. There was a moment I agree. I think a lot of it was him forced to play off his weak foot. And we know he's probably the weakest player for us on the pitch anyway. Well, other than the goalie. But he went and smashed Solanke, I think, from 2 throws. And I feel like from then, he kind of like grew with the game. And when Enzo put him on his more favoured side, I wasn't worried about anything Badiashile had to deal with in the second half. Like he was fine, and we gained more control from that. So I'm kind of hoping it's like he was just on his wrong foot. It's a tough game. It's not an easy game, but we did miss Wes a bit. It felt like that, didn't we?
And he wasn't the worst.
I will say one thing though. Yeah, that's exactly it. For me, Colwell's not getting away with it, because I think that this reminds me of that Anfield game where Colwell lost his head for 10, 15 minutes and it cost us the game with some like individual mistakes. And if you're going to play for Chelsea and you're going to be at the level that we want Chelsea to get to, because I think I speak for all of us when I say title challengers, title winners on a yearly basis is what we expect, right? This is Chelsea.
Yeah.
He needs to be better. Colwell cannot have shaky games the way Solanke can't make you look like a muppet. He can't be bullying you. He can't be standing you up. And I think with Colwell, we always talk about the pretty things. Oh, look at his passing, the fizzing of the pass. Oh, he's got time and space. He'll express himself. I want to see the ugly side. I want to see you defend. I need to see you impose yourself. And this year is the year now where the back end of the season, the next 19 games, I want to look back at it and say, you know what? There's been a huge improvement from game week 1 to game week 38 with Colwell. Because he's getting the minutes, he's getting his position, and he's talking the smoke. And I think because he's Cobham and because we love him, sometimes people aren't as critical with him when he makes the mistakes as a Badiashile. But Badiashile was bad as well, and we need to, I don't know which one, Toussaint, Disassi, or Badiashile partners Colwell going forward. But
Yeah.
I don't think Colwell had a good game at all today. I genuinely don't.
Go on, Javon.
I agree. I agree, Alexis. Like at this point, just play a right-footed right-sided centre back. Right, it can't be as bad as today, especially when they get pressed with the ball, because inherently your first thought is to get the ball on your strong foot and boot it out. Normally, when we have a right-sided centre back, it goes out to the right winger or whoever's drifting out on that right half space to get the ball up the field. We completely ignored that today because Badiashile just could not do that. When Colwell was out there, it was a bit better, but it was still bad.
Yeah.
And that's where Alexis' comments came in. So at this point, I'd rather take the risk with Tosin and do that going forward, because if your outball is going to be infield and you're not smart enough to say, okay, I'm forced on my left foot, I cannot go infield, I have to go over the top to try and spring Jackson in behind, then we cannot do that. Speaking of Jackson, very poor game today. And I'm not talking about just not because he scored, because his hold up play was off, link up play was off, dribbling was off, touch was off. He had a very poor game today from
Wait, that's 3 on 2.
He was very disappointed.
That's 3 on 2. Remind. Go on, Tobes.
No. Go ahead.
No, that 3 on 2 reminded me of Jackson of last year. We have a 3 on 2. His touch is baggy. One's going left, then he gets it back. He goes going right. He's just off balance. And it was 2-1 at that time. And I was losing my shit because we hit them on the counter attack from their corner. And it's like, Jackson, you have to do better. This is why, right, when people come out with, oh, he might not be the solution long term, to sit there and go, you know what, maybe he won't be, but he needs to continue because he's had a great season. We're not going to pretend he's having a bad season. But games like this today, where everyone's eating, you have to eat as well. You know, the food's in front of you, the buffet's there, grab the plate, dig in. And I don't feel like by his standards now that we're judging him at, this wasn't a good game. And his strengths were his weaknesses today.
I think with Jackson, he's still a very young striker. So we
agreed.
I think he's definitely made improvements from last year. He's definitely developing. And this is why when people say outrightly he's the second best striker in the league, I think it's fair to put him in a conversation with a Watkins, who we saw miss chances at the bridge, or an Isak who can have a poor game and not go around a keeper and not finish and no one says anything. I think he can be in that category, and I think he is in that category, but I don't think it's fair to put him way above those guys now and say he's not in that conversation anymore. He's just in that category, and those strikers, they have bad games, they have good games. They have more good games than bad games, and I think he's safely in there. I don't think his finishing is like done. He needs to continue to keep improving it. But Jackson can have an off day. I think Jackson's had enough good performances and enough good days to warrant having an off day. It can happen.
Agreed.
What has to happen when he does have an off day is other people have to step up. And that's why we needed Sancho to step up today. I need Neto to have a finish in him as well when he cuts in on his right foot, on his left foot, sorry, etc.
And not just dribble across and not just dribble over to Sancho's side. That was very frustrating. I genuinely think it's just an off day, because normally, even when Jackson doesn't produce GNA-wise, you're still getting the brilliant link-up play. He's still dragging 2-3 defenders towards him and laying it off. We saw none of that today. And honestly, I'm not going to hop on the whole Jackson thing. He's done too much for us this season for me to try to, bring back trauma from last season. No. You had an off day, brother. Show up and show it in the next game, and you'll be fine. But
and we know he's got the credit in the bank. And it was like the thing that I quite liked was not just obviously he's improved the last year, and that's down to him. He's had criticism. He's dealt with that. It was the fact that he looked so pissed off at his own performance when he got subbed.
Yeah.
And
that's a good sign.
At that point, exactly. The vibes are all good. Everyone's buzzing. And he's like, I wasn't fucking good enough. I wasn't good enough. And we knew that because we know what Jackson can deliver. Like you said, he looked clunky today. He was Like even he said, he doesn't even have to score to have a good game with Jackson, but he weren't having a good game in any regard. And I like that he knew that even in a state where he could get away with, just slapping his teammates, being happy because we were winning, he was still fuming that like he hadn't delivered.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Matisse, I know you don't want to talk about this, but we have to talk about Sanchez, bro.
What do you mean I don't want to talk about it? Of course,
we can talk about it, but what are we going to say?
What are we going to say that's different from what we've said before? Okay, so I don't mind discussing it. It's just that we say there's no new information. Do you know what I mean? It's just like I've become numb to it with him. I know he's going to make saves that I need him to make, like not every time, but I know he's going to make big saves and people will be like, fair play, big save, big moment. And I know he's going to distribute the ball willy-nilly sometimes and give it away. I know he's going to have errors. For me, if there's any player in this squad that I know exactly where I stand, he is one of them. Like, I have no doubt in my mind what I think about Sanchez is reality. He's not going to shock me. He's not going to surprise me. Now, this may come back to bite me and he might become the best keeper in the league. I would love it. And I think we deserve it. But I don't think it's going to happen.
I'll get my mortgage, it won't happen.
And can I just say, right? Can I just say, when it comes down to Sancho, always believed in his technical ability. Even when he was going up against Ten Hag, I said, that's a good player. But up here, is he okay? Is he mentally ready to contribute to a big team in this league, the physicality week to week and deliver? That was something that Man United fans flagged up as a red flag. I said, cool, he's come to Chelsea at a good price. A good price. Let's see what he does. When we had Callum Hudson-Odoi at 17, 18 years old, Sancho was the hashtag. Sancho was the hashtag. Never forget, people. Chelsea fans wanted this boy back at his club that he supports before anyone else in the world was going off about Sancho 100 million. Don't forget that. When it comes down to Enzo Fernandez, the criticism has been because we rate him highly. He can play for Real Madrid. When we say that, rivals laugh. Oh, he could play for... Yes, he can play for Real Madrid. That's why he needs to perform to the level that we know he can perform at. But when it comes to Sanchez, from day one, most people didn't want him here. Most people said, you're signing backup third choice Brighton goalkeeper. I've seen him at Brighton make mistakes. I've seen him have errors. I've seen him have blunders. I don't trust him as Chelsea's number one. I think we're doing this because we're trying to get in on the Caicedo deal. We're trying to do a sweetener. Lord, it comes to fruition that we end up paying a whole heap of money anyway. But Caicedo is, at the moment, it doesn't matter. So he could be one that really shocks people, really surprises people. They go from not rating him, not just criticizing him and saying you need to perform better. There's a difference between criticizing someone and saying you're not playing well enough or you're not playing to the level you can. And now you start playing to that level and people are like, see, why are you flip-flopping? There is no flip-flopping. It's time to deliver. Because if you were delivering before, Maresca would not have taken you out the team for the big games. If you were delivering before, you wouldn't be rotated on the flanks with other wingers. So you wasn't delivering at a certain point. Now you are. Credit to you. That's what it's about. You've had a conversation or you've started to put the work in. But with Sanchez, it's actually not rating him. So if he becomes Chelsea's number one, as everybody reports and briefs, and actually becomes the level, 100%. But until I see that, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
It's really confusing as well because Jorgensen's, I know he's only had a couple games, but I've been quite pleasantly surprised. Like,
it's good.
He looks like a goalkeeper that could be quite good. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Honestly, I just wanted to talk about one point. This man was on the ball and kicked the ball out of play. No pressure. Nothing. No one pressing you. This man did. Oh. Blue shirt. Nah. Sideline. Bro, I was like absolute head loss. I wanted to break my TV. I'm like, what are you doing? He passed the ball directly to Sarr, bro. To Sarr.
Twice.
Yeah.
It was in 3 minutes, twice. Solanke should have scored, and a corner after. They almost scored and hit the crossbar. The same thing. It's on his right foot, strong foot. Straight to a Spurs player. Like, are you actually playing against that? And what really annoys me with Maresca is, he's like, yeah, he's having a good season. Like, we're not blind or stupid, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's odd. I don't get it. The bit
He's 1 year away from a suspension, though. One yellow away
One
from
yellow.
the
Yeah.
One yellow.
There's another positive. Yeah, another positive. I think the thing for me is like Matisse said, in terms of nothing he does surprises you anymore. When he passes the ball out to the Spurs player and they suddenly have a 4-on-3, I'm not sat there going, "Oh my God, what has he done?" It's like, well, yeah, that's going to happen. But
Yeah,
the first goal, and I'm not blaming him for the first goal at all. There's about 4 or 5 people you can blame him for. I'm just wondering, what's his brain saying? Why is he jumping out of the goal? I know there's a cross coming, but when Solanke makes that run and the ball goes across to the near post, why would it end up behind there? And there's a centre back ahead of the Spurs player anyway, so you don't even need to do that. I just couldn't understand. I was like, why is he on the floor, completely out of his goal, not covering anything? Like, you might as well have stayed on your line and maybe you do something. Probably not, but yeah, I'd love to. It's just, I need him to like break down what his decision making is with each thing. I need like him to do a sit down interview and give us some explanations as to what his brain's thinking, because it just can't be. It's just bizarre.
It's getting to the point that I'm starting to feel sorry for him. And I don't mean the sorry.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, the type of sorry for him I'm talking about. I'm not sorry that you had a bad game. I'm just sorry, bro. Just sorry. I feel like you're just not good enough, and you're probably never going to be good enough, and you're probably trying your best. But I'm just sorry for you, bro, because you're
a nice guy. You can come to the party, but you can't play.
Exactly. I'm just sorry for you, bro. Simple. You know when you see a lost puppy and you want to take home the puppy, but you can't take home the puppy because you can't take care of the puppy? That type of sorry for.
I do think there's certain players that you know that when we are back where we need to be, which is leading title races, not chasing or in conversations for some people, like we're leading, there's certain players that will have to be upgraded, no doubt. Either they're gonna get benched or they're gonna get sold. And he does go into that category of like, it's fine for now because objectively we're hitting our targets this season so far. But when we go into that next gear, that Alisson, that Courtois signing, coming back from loan, Jose Mourinho, little horse, that little swing of, you know, the pendulum, that's another level that we're looking for. Now you need to be not only saving us 10, 15 points a season, but you need to be putting confidence into the back line, claiming crosses from corners, not flapping them, not punching them, claiming them, holding them, making us, you know, think on set pieces, don't even bother put it in because this keeper's going to come and collect it. That's the level that I'm talking about. And I wouldn't settle for any less, because for me, that position, there is no time for fun and games. It's either you're there or you're not. That's how I see it. The rest of it is like cover for someone else or whatever. This position for me is no joke. So yeah, so you guys, with tossing and well, I heard Disassi mention. I'm not bringing Disassi back into this this team for any. I mean, I know he scored against Southampton, but he doesn't fix his feet quick enough for me. I
tell you what though. You see, whoever comes in as that right-sided centre back, they need to bring some form of aerial dominance to the game, because we had some corners today and we did. I'm not gonna curse. We did absolute jack shit with it. You understand? So if Tosin comes in, or if Disassi comes in, they need to bring something to the game. And I'm not just talking playing wise. When we get corners, they need to be the focal point. You understand? We need to be finding them, because remember midweek we scored from a corner, from a corner. We need to add that to our game. So this is basically what I'm saying is this is the perfect opportunity for one of these excessive defenders to come in and show some form of worth, not only playing wise. Okay, say Fofana's out. Fofana was good at doing this. Let me cover my basis and my basics, but I'm also going to add this so I can give this team another attacking threat that we currently don't have in the squad.
Man, and it's annoying because we can't go. You know, in January, what I don't want them to do is to go get a sidewards signing of a centre half. So I don't want us to go get like a 20 million one that isn't ready to, like, you know, the guy from Benfica we keep hearing about. He doesn't even start for them. I don't want that. I want a genuine top. Like, I want a Virgil. You know, someone that's meant to be next summer.
We want Rudiger back. Let's be real.
Yeah,
we all want Rudiger back. That's what we want.
But the thing is, we know we're not going to sign someone on those wages, so we got to find the next
But there's
Van
that
Dijk.
kid. I was going to say, isn't it? We have. Well, I don't know if he's the next Van Dijk.
What,
but-
Aaron the Argentine?
Yeah, I was going to say. I
we
think
need to see what he's like.
Antonio
Yeah.
is coming in January. Apparently, it's coming in January now because he had some setback. So we've said
really?
we want to accelerate. Yeah,
But
so
he's
I
out for
don't
the
know if
season.
that.
Isn't he out
Is
for
he
the
out for the whole
season? That's why he's
season?
coming back. I think he's coming
I'm-
to use our
obviously,
medical
I'm not sure.
facilities.
Right. Okay.
I don't
Yeah, I
see
don't
us
think
signing.
he's
We're not going to sign anyone established and top level. It's going to be someone that we're making into the next version of Van Dijk, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's
Isn't that
what I
supposed to
think.
be Levi Cole?
Colwell is. I'm still unsure about what type of centre back he'll become, because he could be the aggressive, dominant one in his mannerisms, the way he's trying to kind of come across. But I still see him as more the secondary, ball playing, standoffish kind of centre back. I don't see him as the aggressor just yet. I think him and Fofana Colwell is trying to become the aggressor to compensate for the fact that Fofana definitely isn't. Fofana is not an aggressive, scary centre back. He's very, very good at sweeping. He's very quick. He's very clean. He's a great recovery defender. He's a very good defender, but I don't see him as the leader, captain, kind of speaker. Yeah. So I think Colwell's trying to become that. But when Colwell was first coming through as well in the team and at Brighton, I said, I don't really see him as like, for me, it will be clear from corners. Are you coming in and crashing on corners? Are you coming in and towering over people and scoring goals from corners? Are you the first person that gets the ball away on corners that we're defending? If you're, shoulder to shoulder and it's 50-50 and it's nip and tuck, for me, that doesn't speak as the aggressor. That doesn't speak as aggressive enough. I need someone who's literally a guaranteed person to body everybody every time the ball comes into the box. And then, so until we get that type of defender, I don't really see any of them doing that right now. They're kind of trying their best, but they're not quite there yet. Maybe it comes with age.
The Brazilian kid at Forest is good, but he's going to be very expensive. He's 23.
Well, I was going to say,
wages
I
are low.
kind of like the other one at Forest as well. But I like the other guy at Forest as well. I think Milenkovic, I think, has been a mad bit of business really this season for them. And he's like more the physical one. If you want the guy who's going to, get his head on anything. But Moreno is wicked as well, yeah.
Let's go through some super chats real quick. This one coming in says we should get De Zerbi, Hansi Flick, nope. Maresca. Guessing that's obviously in relation to the summer in terms of what managers people wanted. Listen, I'm never going to say anyone should have wanted, like, no one should have ever said, oh, let's get Maresca, because why would you? Why would you have said that at the start of the season? No one was watching Leicester week in, week out saying that's the guy we need to get. Like, really? This is all on the sporting directors. I said at the start of the season, the sporting directors are either going to get full credit or full criticism from Maresca. When everybody was drawing up their manager shortlist, no one said Maresca. Everyone said all of the obvious big names, and then there were some really talented managers in Europe that have done good seasons at Stuttgart or whatever that were coming up. No one said Maresca. No one said, let's go to Leicester and get a manager. And rightly so, because it was a gamble. So that means when the gamble pays off, they get full credit. Full credit. Full credit. If there's one thing that I will fully give them credit for, forget the money spent, and maybe there'll be an L with a Monaco centre-back and there'll be a W with an Esteval. The manager, this season, they got it spot on. The guy is fantastic. He is making me fall in love with watching this team on a weekly basis. His tactical versatility, the way he speaks in the press conferences, the way he holds himself and criticizes players publicly, the way that he's brought this team together, the way he's rotating, looking after players who have had injury issues, everything. I when we were listening to press conferences before, it used to be a chore. It used to be a struggle.
Yeah.
We haven't had a manager since Thomas Tuchel that speaks like this. And you can see it with the Chelsea faithful. They're singing his name. So they have to get full credit for that because they took a gamble. The media were killing us over this appointment. I said, I don't know the man. I can't speak. I just have to judge him when he's here. And that's it. I wasn't overly positive about it, but I wasn't overly negative. I'm not going to give him a chance because I wanted Poch. And I said, I'm not in the manager conversation. I got that one very wrong. This guy has been fantastic. Have we improved the squad in the summer a bit with Sancho and Neto? Yes, we have. But he has been fantastic. He gets full credit. He's been absolutely unbelievable, man. And Yeah, he deserves this win more than anyone because he's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant, especially with the
also
individual
add,
errors we've made as well.
it was
Go
very
on.
easy to keep Poch last year. It was very easy the way we ended the season for them to say, you know what, let's keep him, let's start. But they made the difficult decision of most probably going to their bosses and saying, look, we need to get rid of him for this, and this reason. You hired us to be experts. And their necks were on the line. Because if Maresca didn't go well, they would have lost their jobs, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like,
Of
and
course.
their dividends are coming. Like, they're getting their dividends now because he already looks like a successful managerial appointment already.
Here's the thing: when the club decided to fully back the transition in not appointing a manager but a head coach because they wanted to get a coach that actually matched the type of players they bought, that's when I took a step back and said, you know what? After I cussed out Robert and Matisse's stream, that's when I took a step back and said, you know what? They might be right because with the players we had and the type of playing style that Pochettino deployed, it just did not match. So to go and get someone who had the tactical nose to understand what what my squad is and what type of football they need to play to get the best out of them was a genius stroke. And it's all on the sporting directors.
100%.
Yeah, and not even just the way they play. I was going to say though, like it's the personality about Enzo that's been the nicest thing. I think the first, because I'm not going to sit there and pretend I watch Leicester every week. I probably watched about 2 or 3 games last season. So I was like, oh, okay, they've hired a bald guy that worked with Pep. Maybe he'll be the new Pep. I think that was most Chelsea fans' opinion in terms of being hopeful. But when I saw that press conference of him saying it's a huge, huge game for them, I was like, oh, okay, that's not Potter. That's not something Potter would come out with. And then, like Matisse, you said in terms of how he's spoken throughout the season, you feel like, yeah, he gets it. And that's why he's getting his name sung. And even choosing to get rid of some of the players we got rid of in summer. I know, like you said, the squad's improved with Sancho and Neto coming in. That wasn't what people were saying. They were saying they've frozen Gallagher out. They're freezing their best centre-back in Chalobah out. Why are they buying João Felix? They don't need these players. Sancho has been awful. Sterling's a really good player. All those were the tunes we were hearing. And he's made it now very apparent that like, no, we've improved.
Yeah.
So
He's
been fantastic.
After the Southampton game, I saw a clip when Maresca's doing this and dancing, dancing with the fans. And I remember the entirety of last season where Pochettino got the question if he feel adored or appreciated by the Chelsea fans. And we all know the answer was a hell no. But it was, and he said he didn't want it to tap the badge or kiss the badge and kind of force the connection with the fans.
Yeah.
At that time, I think we all were thinking it. You win games, you bring on more wins than losses, and you will eventually get that with the fans. When you contrast that with Maresca doesn't look to go seeking a connection with the fans. He comes in, implements his style of play, implements his strategic authority, and then all of that, we're picking it up because we're saying, this is what was missing last season. Get rid of Sterling. Appointing who's captain. Appointing who's penalty taker. Having a structure with the squad. That alone made people kind of, started singing Maresca's name. And then to couple that with performances in big game, whether we draw, win, or loss. Come on, man. It was bound to happen. But that's the biggest contrast that stands out to me between last season and this season. How the fans take to Maresca versus Pochettino.
Let me just go through some more super chats as well. Get your tits out for the lads. Oh, Jesus Christ. Honestly, madness.
Don't do that one, then, bro. Don't do that.
What?
Bad man, don't play them game there. Keep your shirt on.
Need to put that behind a paywall next time, you see.
Exactly.
Bro. Honestly. Mastered wet. We got our Chelsea back. Another day out, 3-point lane. We got a goalkeeper, experienced centre back away. We're a goalkeeper and experienced centre back away, but we move in silencio. Someone in the chat saying I lost my head over Elise. 100% I lost my head over Elise because Elise is going to be a top player. And don't for a second think if we didn't sign him, he wouldn't be balling out because he would. If we had Elise on the right wing, he'd be balling out for this team right now.
Elise, Sancho, and Palmer would have been so cold.
Brother.
If we had Elise, we would have won against Palace and Nottingham
It would be a
Forest.
madness. So
We're not gonna madness.
yeah,
Is
but
it weird? I
luckily,
think Neto's better than him.
I personally
Very
don't agree.
different. Very different.
But
But it's
I like
like-
I like Neto a lot. I was very happy when we signed Neto. I think I actually like celebrated crazy when we signed Neto. To be honest, but I don't think Neto is better than him personally.
I like
I think
the
he's
explosiveness.
It's great. It's great that he's 2-footed and he can cross with both feet though. But I think Elise's shooting technique will be better. His set piece will be better. Like if we're looking for a corner taker, Elise would have stuck serious corners in. Which would have been free kicks. Yeah. Listen, I'm over it now because we're winning games, so I don't really care. But he's a baller. He's a baller. Yo, Javon, come to Legends NYC to watch the game. Limbs, Ken Berry, big up Ken, big up brother. Haven't seen you in a while. What do you think of Tosin coming in for? Oh, Badiashile. I'll be honest. Tosin's passing, I think, is really good, but he also can be a little bit sometimes messy as well with his decision making, and he makes some errors. I don't know. I don't really fully trust anyone right now. I'll be honest. I need them to prove it. They've got to prove it. You know what I mean? They got to prove it.
The deciding factor will be if he's right-footed or not. Honestly,
After what we saw from Badiashile, being right-footed on that side maybe is the
That's
key.
the only deciding factor, bro.
yeah.
But
So
Hatchin needs to sign that contract, because there is a chance there if he gets in that Conference League squad, put in a couple performances, there could be a chance there. I don't know why that contract's not signed.
Yeah.
Like the holders of those positions are injured.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different role now that we're asking him to do, bro. Like when I said Tosin would be and I still think he is a good signing because he was a free and we're going to guaranteed make 15 million off him, even if he leaves, right?
Minimum.
But when we signed him, it was for like a back four. Now someone's got to play right side centre back, and that means you need to be able to defend against wingers, and that's a completely different ball game than having a right back there and just defending in the middle. So I don't know who's best equipped to do the job. They got to prove it. Fofana's the best, and he's injured. Maybe it's something we didn't foresee coming. You know what I mean? Maresca is very tactically flexible, and he does throw up a lot of curveballs. So when we were signing players initially, maybe we did think we was going to play a 4 because he played a 4 at Leicester. Yeah. But then now he's using a 3 and he's inverting a 4-back or he's sending a 4-back into the 8s. I think we just, as he says, we need players that are as like versatile as possible from a profile standpoint. They need to be able to play many different positions at a time. And I think we've got that in the wingers and some of the attackers. We know they can play quite a few different positions, but in the defense, we still got players that can't really play multiple positions back there. Ola Aina is a really good example of someone that can play both fullback positions really well. But then you got Colwell, who you kind of want him in the middle. You don't want him on the wide centre back. You got Badiashile. You don't want him on the right side. You can only move on the left. Desassi maybe needs to be in the middle, can't be out wide. We don't have much versatility back there. So until we rectify that and make it more versatile, then it will just open up tactically. And that's why when people say, how would James fit in this team? James is one of the most tactically versatile defenders we have. He can play 3 positions to a very high level. Problem is with Reece James is he can't stay fit. Against Newcastle, he plays left side centre back in a 3, wins all his aerial duels, clears shots off the line, and has a mad game. We know he can play wing back. We know he can play right back. We know he can play right side centre back. Just can't stay fit. So yeah, we need to look at it. But that's it is what it is. Timber's a great example of someone versatile as well. He's having a great season for Arsenal. Timber,
yeah.
quality.
What a signing that would have been if we had.
Timber would have been unreal for us. You should come dressed as a Peaky Blinders, aka Thomas Shelby, on DR tomorrow with a cigar. I mean, I've got the Spurs basketball, top. I've got the headband basketball. I've got in the back there. There's a lot of different costumes I could run with, to be honest. I haven't decided just yet. Is it time to have Reece James conversation? Where does he fit in the squad if healthy?
We just said it. We just literally said it.
Trust me, if he's healthy and he's fit and he's consistent, he fits in the team. Don't worry about that. Do we play him on the left? No, he plays on the right. He plays exactly where
Badiashile should have played today.
Yeah, plays exactly where Badiashile was playing today.
Doesn't have to do the running.
Yeah, exactly. Just defend. I won't let you do this. You said Sancho wasn't needed when it was clear we didn't have a good left winger. You cussed out directors for loaning out Sterling. I said the Sterling deal wasn't good because we're paying most of his wages. Now Sterling is so bad that I don't really care anymore. But financially, it wasn't a great deal because it was last ditch deal. It was, you know, it was rushed. So
We're paying
financially,
not
isn't
to watch him.
To be
yeah,
fair,
we're paying not to have him cost us points.
be
He's not
fair,
helping Arsenal. So
I was-
yeah,
We're saving 100 grand a week as well, though.
To be fair,
I reckon at the end of the year that makes up to a decent chunk for them.
to be fair, I was at the end of that frustration from Ma and the rest of the boys because I was the only one celebrating that Sterling left our club.
Oh, listen,
So-
Mate, I was
everybody
so gassed,
So
man.
Everybody
I was
wanted
got
Sterling
just-
to leave. Of course.
I love
Nobody
the,
here
I
wanted
love that
Sterling
interview.
to
I
leave.
remember because I remember
he
this.
said.
I remember this specifically, and I quote in I can't do Matisse's voice, but I quote when Sterling finally makes that pass, when he should make that pass for Arsenal to win the league, we're going to be in limits. And I'm like, brother,
Bro.
Sterling passing, Arsenal winning the league, these things will never happen. What are we talking
Thank
about?
God. Thank God. Thank God. But imagine if he actually helped them, but he's not going to. So that's
But
yeah,
we knew
we got
it
away
was
with that one.
crap. We knew it was crap. Like
We did,
when he did
we
the
did,
interview
bro. But
saying,
sometimes,
you're gonna see the best of me. It was like,
oh
are
yeah,
you
that was
like,
nonsense.
But you know, Arsenal and these rest of Arsenal, Manchester United, they do this to themselves, right? Because they painted the narrative that Chelsea is just a poorly and a crap football club. So when we get these players, they're actually good. How about you look at the player and realize he's just shit? There's nothing more to it. Simple and done. They're just shit.
Would you guys like to hear a mad statistic from this weekend?
Go on.
This is outside of Chelsea's game. So Saturday night, Callum Hudson-Odoi registered his first assist at Old Trafford before Mason Mount.
That is what?
Pretty mad, right? Pretty mad.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
He's struggling over there. And when his dad came out with the whole Mace, we're home. Yeah, you're gonna have to firm that, mate. Yeah, you are home. You know, you said you were home. You are home. Do you know what I mean? You are home. So
you're not on the pitch.
Luck.
You're at home, literally.
Yeah. Good luck with that one. Do you know what I mean? That was wild. With Sancho, it was, in my opinion, at the time, a little bit unnecessary because it was after Felix. We already had Chukwuemeka. We still have Mudryk on the books. We just signed Neto. We have Madueke. We got Palmer. Like, let's not pretend like we don't have a lot of players. We do in the attack. It's working for us because everyone's happy. But if Esteval comes in as well, someone's going to have to leave. So it will either be Mudryk or be Madueke at this rate. I hope it's Mudryk over Madueke because I think Madueke has developed more than Mudryk. But we have a lot of attackers. The good thing about it is that no one's going to be overly relied upon. And we got the Club World Cup at the end of the season. But it won't last more than a season, I don't think. Like, we will have to sell two players minimum in those areas. And I didn't even mention in Cuckoo. You know, we got at the moment we got 4 10s, Felix, Palmer, Nkuku, and Chukwuemeka, and we got 4 wingers, and we got 2 star boys coming in the summer. So that will take it to 10 attacking midfielders.
I think Carney's gonna go in January.
5 wingers.
Yeah,
Carney's definitely going with a loan with an option somewhere.
And Pies is not.
I think AC Milan like taking ours, don't they?
I don't have a problem with having 4 wingers though.
No, the 4 wingers is good. 4 wingers is healthy.
Yeah.
4 wingers is healthy. 4 wingers is very healthy.
Best away record in the league, we're first. Home record, we're 12th.
Yeah,
that home record needs to improve. That is the difference for us this year.
It does. I just want to add to that as well. Right now, as we already knew, all of the attackers are going to have to contribute a little bit, right? Everyone's going to have to share with the goals and whatnot. But if you were to ask me what is perfect balance and harmony, if I had to take a winger out of this squad and add a striker and not Guiu, I'm adding the striker. If I'm to take a attacking midfielder or a winger out, which is why I said it was a bit unnecessary because the balance isn't right, really. It doesn't really make sense. The balance is a bit overkill in the attacking midfield, and it's very underwhelming and very light in the striker position because I'm not counting Nkuku as a striker. If Jackson was to fall injured, people would understand why I said that. It's fine now because we have Jackson up front and he's fit. If Jackson was to get injured and Nkuku was up there and it wasn't really working for him because he's not a striker and he's more of a 10, which Maresca said himself, then that comment doesn't sound so wild. Why do we have so many wingers when we needed another striker? So yeah,
Also,
that's the context to that.
Timing wise, it was when obviously Fabrizio's putting out 50 tweets per minute about Aussie men and we're flown here and we're doing this stuff. So there was a bit of like, you're prioritizing the one we need less, or that's how it felt. You know, and obviously hindsight's 2020, but
yeah, 100%.
Sancho's been wicked.
100%. Yeah, it's not even hindsight. I think it's still facts. To be honest, I
mean, like Sancho did feel like a risk. I'd be first to say, like, going into that signing, I was thinking, when you based off the data we've seen at United, why would you take a punt on the player? But okay, fee wise, it was pretty good. But
yeah, the fee's great. Like... And when I ranked signings, I think I put him in the second highest tier. Like for the quality of the player and the technical level of the player, the fee is brilliant. Don't get it twisted. It's just if he can keep this, he's good. He's good.
Giving us
100%.
the obligation to buy was the dumbest thing Manchester United could have done. Because they said if we finished in the top 15 or something like that, bro,
we have to buy.
They might not meet the obligation. Yeah, here we are.
Tottenham get battered everywhere they go.
Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. What are you saying, brother? You was at the game. At the game. Talk to me about the atmosphere, man. Talk to me.
Hey, the atmosphere today, bro. Honestly, I think this is the best Chelsea game I've ever been to. I honestly think today,
fair enough.
The atmosphere in the ground today was unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Even when they scored their 2 goals, from Cucurella slipping like a I don't know what the fuck he was doing, right? We were all still saying we're gonna come back. Yeah, I was sitting there, Matisse, and I'm like, bro, we're gonna come back in this game because I've been watching Tottenham away from Kulu. They create fuck all. They're not that good on set pieces. Yeah, Maddison wasn't on the pitch. Who's another avenue of creativity. From time you've got Brennan Johnson creating against you, you know you're having problems, blood. Yeah. Because that shit's not meant to be happening. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? But Sancho took the game by the scruff of the neck in the first half, runs into all that space. Because, again, Spurs in the wide areas, they leave a lot of space. I don't know if you boys noticed, in the game, we weren't really playing through the midfield. We was mainly going to the wingers, right? And that was clearly from Maresca. Neto and Sancho were getting on the ball a lot in this game, yeah? And for man to just bang it in like that, this guy's finishing. His finishing ain't even bad. Like, he's got very good finishing. He just doesn't shoot enough. That's the issue.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Top finish, bro. And then for Enzo to get the goal that he did after the performance that he did, bro, when Lavia came off, hey, I'm recapping things right now, people, yeah? Because Lavia came off, obviously. Lavia had a very good game in the first half, I thought. I heard what you lot were saying because I had you lot on in the back. And you said about you don't think Lavia was good off the ball.
Close down the man.
I don't think he was terrible off the ball. There's a couple of times he won the ball back for us, bro. Yeah, there was a couple of times we counter-pressed with him. For the goal, to be fair, that they scored the second one, I thought him and Cole were bad defensively. Because I was watching it. It was right in front of me, right? Because the away end is where they were shooting at first. And I'm like, bro, come on. Someone put in a tackle. Someone put in a slide tackle here. Someone put in a leg here, bro. You're giving so much space, right? Top finish from Kulu, but defensively, that was poor. But on the ball, Lavia was fantastic. Aerially as well, winning the jewels back for us, like I said. You know what I'm saying? Just playing what he sees. That's what Lavia does. He doesn't dilly-dally on the ball. He looks up, just punches it into someone. You know what I'm saying? Very, very good performance from him. But when he came off, I was very worried about Caicedo and Enzo in that pivot because against Spurs, you know they're going to press you. You know they're going to overload you with Porro and Udogie going into the midfield. So I was thinking, how's Enzo going to manage that? You know what I'm saying? Because he hasn't got a Lavia to protect him.
Press resistant, bro.
Enzo is so press resistant.
The way he was pinging the ball, I'm telling you, listen, you have to go and watch Enzo Fernandez in person. The way he pings the ball is fantastic, bro. He was just getting the ball. Guys are pressing him. Zoop, straight to Neto. You know what I'm saying? Combining with Sancho on that side. Combining with Caicedo, right? And now he's actually scoring goals, yeah? Because in the first half, we were getting in the box, dropping it in the box, and there was no one there on the loose balls. Second half, I've seen more and more people attacking the box. And Enzo was one of them, bro. Yeah? Top finish on his weaker foot. You know what I mean? Sancho, again, going back to Sancho and Enzo, this is the theme, people. Sancho and Enzo today, they have to get their credit. Sancho played that pass to Caicedo. Again, weight of pass, people. We've spoken about this many times about Sancho's weight of pass. Plays it to Caicedo. I don't know what the fuck Basuma was doing. I told George yesterday, it's the balloons.
Man, that brother. Mad
it's
man.
The balloons, bro. Javon, it's the balloons he was doing, bro. Yeah, this brother was doing balloons the other month. I'm telling you, off camera, he must be doing balloons every day because he lost his brain.
Yeah, bro. Madman, that brother.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, bro, I was filming that penalty before Palmer took it. I said it's a goal. You know what I mean? And then these idiots give us another one. The second one was even funny because I looked at it. I thought, what's he doing?
Why are you tackling
what is he
this
doing?
man there? What?
Hey, dog. The second one, he done double balloons. It was twice the size.
And then he turned around like.
All right, so
Yeah.
Don, when he's Panenka it, bro, talk to me about the limbs because that Panenka was the audacity is crazy.
Bro, the limbs were. Go on my Twitter right now, in fact. Go on my Twitter, I'll put it up.
The Enzo goal
right
must
now.
have been like falling over a few rows at least.
Bro, the Enzo goal, hey, everyone was just. I'm still buzzing right now. I'm still buzzing. I ended up missing my mum's birthday dinner as well. Big up mum's dinner. You know what I'm saying? But I could not get out of the stadium.
Bro, that stadium's so bad to get out of, bro.
Right? I couldn't get out, bro.
His Wi-Fi is moving mad.
His
well,
Wi-Fi.
people. That's why he was late.
Can't keep up with him. Yeah.
His Wi-Fi is celebrating too, bro.
Don, yeah, you're good now,
You're back,
bro.
bro. You're back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I done.
Bro, go on my Twitter, man. I recorded the goal. I recorded the penalty.
I'll check it out now.
Don, the
Palmer's
chat's
run
been
must have
asking
been
a
right up close
question,
to you
right?
guys, yeah.
He was they're asking a question.
What question?
Is it time to dare to Don? Is it time to dare to Don?
Done. Mafia. What we are talking about? Dan sent this man on a mission.
Everyone's saying, you know, like you set us up. So tell us, is the title race on or not?
I told you, man. Matisse was running away from it and said, "Yo, man, let's just take our little snack." I told you I want fish and chips. That's what I told you.
I know,
don't want no
but I'm
sandwiches.
taking pressure off the team. You want to put pressure on the team?
Of course I do, but you're playing for Chelsea.
Okay,
We're
fair.
doing it. Yeah?
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? You're playing for Chelsea. You should never have that mentality of, oh yeah, it's just top 4 this year because we've been in the mud for so long.
Okay, so let me ask you. Let me ask you, bro. And this conversation is open to everyone, right? So just chime in. But why won't the manager put that pressure on the players? That's what I'm thinking about. Because the last thing I want to do is build them up to something that I don't think they're ready for just yet. And then everybody's going to knock them down. Now, if it gets to a point where top 4 is secure, and I mean secure, because if you take a look at the last 5 games of the season, they're very difficult. I want to be 10 to 12 points clear of 5th position or 6th position and then talk about it. Because then we know we've got past that hurdle, we can kick on to the next. Now there's nowhere else to go because I don't give a shit about finishing 2nd, 3rd, 4th. I'm looking at the points and I'm taking it from there. But if you're not going to finish, if you're finished with the top 4 race, go and try and win the title. I completely agree. But it's still December, right? Why is the manager not saying we're in a title race? Why is he not saying that?
Matisse, this is before anyone else comes in, yeah. I love what Maresca's doing right now, right? Take the pressure off the boys in public. Behind closed doors, you really think he's gonna sit there and say, "Oh, we're nowhere near these, man." Bro, he's gonna be saying what I'm saying. I don't
know if they're talking about it, bro. I don't know if they're talking. Do you think they're talking about it?
He's saying right now. He's saying right now. I'm telling you right now, yeah. He's looking around and he's seeing the teams right now. Man City aren't the same Man City that they were before. Liverpool right now are dropping points, and they are going to drop points. They haven't got a deeper squad than us, in all honesty. Arsenal, they have a creativity issue away from the set pieces. They don't really create much in open play, in all honesty. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at it right now, bro, and I'm thinking, yo, game by game, yes, cool, fair enough. But I'm looking at everyone else around us, like I told you before. They're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the Man City that we saw 2 seasons ago, or whatever, when they won the treble. It's not that Man City right now, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of looking at it right now. I'm thinking, okay, cool. This is a season. It reminds me of the season when Leicester won the league. You know what I'm saying? It kind of reminds me of that in a way. Not as bad as that because everyone else fell off, in all honesty. But there's an opportunity for someone else other than Man City to take it. And I don't want to miss that trade.
No, I don't want to miss it either. But when you see our defending at times today, it's just another reminder as to how young and how inexperienced this team actually is, because the defending is not a title winning level of defending. And we know that. So
here's the thing.
Yeah. Go on, Javon.
Here's the thing. I think it's a bit of both, right? If Dan can see it and we all can see that there's blood in the water, you best believe this manager is seeing it. But the manager is saying everything that Dan said to himself. I think what he's saying to the players is, guys, because we have some
One
young
game
people
at a
in the
time.
squad and a couple of young people that could get super giddy and, start overlooking and start projecting. He's probably telling the team one game at a time. He might even have a topic of discussion about it to say, hey, even if this is plausible, it still comes from winning your duels and winning these games one game at a time. And the reason why he keeps playing it down to the public is I genuinely believe he's playing it down to the public with logic to, one, ease pressure off the team, but two, when you really look at it, we haven't gone on a winning run in I want to say 3-year span. This team is yet to show us we can go on a winning run.
Just to add, not four wins in a row, not 4, Alexis.
Yeah,
10, 12, 15.
Exactly.
That's
Let me tell you something.
what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Let me tell you something right now.
What will happen this year?
Most goals, Chelsea on 35. Most XG accumulated, Chelsea. Most shots on target, Chelsea. Most points away from home, Chelsea, 19. Longest active winning streak, Chelsea. Yeah? Roms, big up Roms. Roms was telling me Arsenal are going to go on a run until February. They're not going to lose a single game. They had a few injuries. Surprise, surprise. You know what I'm saying? Surprise, surprise, they drop points again. And I'm even trying to look at other teams right now because I want us to just keep winning our games. End of the day, them man there are around us. So we are going to look at what they're doing as well. But when it comes to game day, I want us to just focus on our game. And today, I was so proud, bro. Come the end of the game, they're coming to us, singing Maresca's name again. Enzo Fernandez's name again. Sancho was singing his name. You know what I'm saying? Everything's coming together. And I'm happy that he didn't start Madueke for this game because I kept saying in the final third, we need good end product because we're going to get in dangerous areas. And Madueke breaks down the attacks too much. He didn't really do much when he came on. None of the subs, apart from Gusto, to be fair, did much. But it was good that, Maresca went with Neto and Sancho for this game, man. I think they are starting wingers. Let's be real. I think they are starters.
Me too.
And I also think, speaking about the title race, just because we're in a title race doesn't mean we have to win it. Like, as in, by acknowledging we're in a title race, I don't think I'm sitting here saying they have to win it this year. The next 2 weeks, Brentford at home, Everton away. Title-winning teams go and win those games. We'll have better understanding where we sit. I personally am very excited now. Like, genuinely, each game feels like a big game. Today felt big, not because it was only Spurs, because we had an opportunity to make a statement, and they made the statement. Brentford at home is another opportunity. Like, hopefully sunny day, Stamford Bridge, 3 p.m.
Do you know what I've been thinking, though? I know Tobes wants to jump. Do you know what I've been thinking, though? What do I have to gain from saying we're in a title race? We can all see the table and we can all see the points gap. But until we actually believe, and I mean this, believe we can win it, and maybe Don does believe that, but until I believe we can win it, because we're Chelsea fans, we don't do this whole participation. Yeah, because we all know that when we're ready to take it to that next level, we can turn it up. Champions League, cup finals, Premier League title races, we could turn it up. We're not here on this Arsenal challenge conversation, group chat nonsense. We're not on this, oh, look, we're in the conversation. We're here to be amongst it. If we want to win this, we're going to talk like we're going to win this. So I know how I can switch. And that's why I'm saying, let me just politely shut myself up and put myself at the back. Because if I start talking about this title, bro, I'm on violence. And you will know that. But for me, until I truly believe and I'm seeing us tick all of the boxes, and I'm a very patient man because we're doing more than what I expected. There's a lot of boxes to be ticked in a title race. There's a lot of hurdles to be jumped over. I don't want to say we're in it just for us to not tick off all the boxes that we may not all tick off, and then come February, we're nowhere near it. What's the point in that? There's nothing to be achieved. For me, I just want to enjoy it because we've suffered too long, too many years. Too many people have disrespected too many players. Booty is still the disaster classes. Caicedo's been getting licks. Moody Wecky, bro. Everybody's been getting absolutely obliterated for 12, 18 months. There's I have nothing to gain. If they want to keep asking the question, maybe some people here will answer. Maybe Don will keep answering. But for me, I just smile back in their faces because this is what it's come to. After all the shit, this is what it's come to. You're asking me. You're asking us.
Can I say something that will probably change not necessarily change the thinking, but kind of throw a spanner in the works here. Is it so bad? This is just me looking at it from all angles, right? Is it so bad that if we're in a title race, given that the squad is young and we don't win it this season, is it a bad experience though? Because even with that Liverpool side, the first season that they challenged before they won it gave them the experience to push on for the next season. And coming into the season, all we wanted was top 4. So now I'm at a point where I'm not expecting only of us to get top 4, but for us to push to another level. If it's just beyond a title winning level, fine, I'm with it. But from what the team has shown me, this is not just top 4 now, brother. Oh, no,
Okay.
no. I want more. Whether it's a title, could be, but it's that great spot where you know you're better than top 4 is what I'm saying.
Let me ask you something, yeah?
Go on.
Let me ask you something, because you one thing that you flagged earlier, which is a fair enough point, you know, when you look at the defense, it's not a title winning defense. Like, let's be real. And obviously that back 2 pairing, Badiashile trying to play it on his right foot, it was non-existent. He was trying to use his left foot and doing some weird thing with his body, bro. It just wasn't working, right? Fofana and Cole is our best pairing, and we don't know what we're going to do in January as well. But offensively, bro, I've just read a few stats, right? In terms of the goals scored, we are scoring a lot of goals, Matisse. Yeah,
100%.
And Chelsea are known to be flat track bullies. So can you spin it the other way and say, bro, we can go all the way by
I've seen
teams.
Brendan Rodgers' Liverpool team do this.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a bit Suarez. Yeah. It's obviously different because it's a bit Suarez-y, Sturridge-y in terms of how we are as a team. Like, I think that those are the things that's like what Matisse said in terms of like, I need to believe we can actually win it. If I'm calling it a title race, it means I think we can win the league. And I don't, at the moment, it's do I think we can go on a 10-game winning run? We don't know. Do I think we can win away at the big clubs? Today's a good step in that direction, but like a Liverpool, a City, an Arsenal, we haven't shown that, so I don't know. Defensively, this team does not remind me of team. I've seen us win the league multiple times. I've seen us in Champions League. I've seen those teams, and usually top to bottom, I don't have too many complaints. Even like Tuchel's Chelsea side weren't amazing going forward, but like some of the moves they put together were good. We just missed some chances, but the defense was so good that I knew we could get enough wins to get over the line. But like,
just to
currently we're not quite there yet, but we are growing.
We're growing,
and that's why it's like, we know we're going to be there or thereabouts.
No, but Tobes, do you think?
Like, can we put the pressure on? Can we put the pressure on and celebrate like Arsenal do? Yeah, we can put the pressure on. I wouldn't be surprised if we put the pressure on this season. I'm not quite there yet. And I think
as Alexis said,
smart in terms of, you know, they are young, and like I don't want them taking photographs after the game like you've won the league in February. I don't want that here. Like, if we're serious, we're serious, you know.
I think I hit the nail on the head. I really hit the nail on the head. I think the issue is, and thank you, Tobes, by the way, because you led me to this. Instead of having defensive stability, we're then asking ourselves to outscore the opponent each time, versus having defensive stability and then going and getting a goal. I think that's what preventing me, of all people, from saying that we can definitely win the title because of our defensive stability. It's not rock solid. Let's say we had the defensive stability under Tuchel, coupled with this attack, then I'm all in. But I think,
Javon, you know, before today's game, we had the 3rd best defensive record in the league.
The stats say that, but we watched the game.
We watched the game.
Sanchez, bro.
No, we do watch the games. We do watch the games. But my biggest concern, the biggest issue that I've got, right, the type of goals that we concede are silly goals. Yeah, silly goals that experienced players don't give away most of the time. And a big part why, we know why, bro. Sanchez. He's been
and it goes back to defensive stability. What happens if one game none of our attackers show up with shooting boots and we don't even have a set piece 30? That's a negative. We don't have the defensive stability to walk away with a clean sheet or say, you know what, 1-0, we are gonna rough out a 1-0. That's my biggest issue. So for us to constantly go the entire season outscoring the opponent, I'm not saying we can't do it because it's plausible, but we're just in a good way right now. If we had this plus a good defensive structure, then of course.
Not confident.
Just to add, right, what Alexis said about our home record, us being in 12th. Against low blocks at home, more points to prove still there. Now, I'm looking at this from this perspective. This is a very young team. They're very social media heavy. Whether we like it or not, they know some of us. They watch some of this content, right? And I'm thinking, what do I have to gain from putting title winning expectations or title winning gas on them for them to potentially maybe either get overconfident or bottle it because the pressure got too much. For me, what Maresca's doing right now is very clever. It's allowing us to enjoy it because this team is overachieving for us this season. And I want to enjoy this season. A title race is not enjoyable. A title race is nerve-wracking. It's game to game. If you guys are really, really excited to be in the title race, don't worry. Because if this team is capable, which they will show over this winter period, that last 10 games is going to kill you. Because I think a lot of people have forgotten what a title race really is about. A title race is every single week watching other people's results and knowing that you must win. A title race is knowing that you might play before or after someone else that's in it, and any little error from Badiashile, any little error from Sanchez is going to end your dreams. So it's not something to just be saying, oh, you know, maybe it is tooth and nail. It is week after week. It's grueling. For the mentality of the players, it's very, very, very difficult because that noise will be surrounding them. The fan base will be in a frenzy. The stadium will be nervy. People will be anxious after 10 minutes. We can do all of that in February. We've got loads of time. I'm not in a rush. Right now, I'm enjoying watching Chelsea. Right now, I'm enjoying learning about this team, learning about this manager, learning about these players to respond to adversity, learning about who we can trust and who we can't. Because if we are in it and we're there when we need to be, not now, we don't need to be there now. We need to be there in March. That is when the conversation on this show is going to be very different. And I'm telling you, it's going to be stressful. It's going to be very stressful. We can say that we're happy to put the pressure on. I'm not. If we're in it, I want to win it. I don't care if we're ready or we're not. If we're in it, late February, early February, March, we're going for the win. And I'm telling you, people will be getting scrutinized that are maybe not ready to be scrutinized under these circumstances. But because as a fan base, we'll be so desperate for it because we haven't won it since 2017 and we'll be so close. People will be getting cussed. It won't be like how it is now where we're like, oh, well, you know, people made mistakes. We can move on. If we have errors that cost us 3 points in a title race, the slander that players will be getting will be crazy. And I don't want that. So right now, I'm just enjoying it. A lot of people in the chat saying, bring it on. I don't want to bring that energy in December because I'm enjoying the football. I'm enjoying it.
Matisse, that's the thing though. Like it all depends on what you define as a title race, bro. Because to me, it sounds like you're alluding to the fact that you need to be around there in March for you to say, okay, we're in a title race.
I think if you leave the table in January, you were never in it.
Okay, 100%. Fair enough. That's fair. But then others can say, as long as you're in the race from the minute go, you are in a title race, bro. Right? Because like I said, objectively, if Chelsea were sixth right now and we looked at a United that are on 31 points, second, sitting 4 points behind Liverpool, and they've still got to play a game as well, we'll be looking at it and saying they're in the title race, bro. Right? Yes, you could talk about the fact that defensively we're not perfect and all of these things, but we're keeping up with the pack. Yeah, we're keeping up with the pack. We're a strong contender for top four right now. A lot of people are putting Chelsea in the top four for sure because they think that we can actually compete. You know what I'm saying? So right now, for me, yes, I don't think we're going to win the league right now because I still need to see more. I still need to see more against the bigger teams. I want to see how we do when we've got Liverpool at home. I want to see how we do when we play Spurs at home. I want to see all these things, bro. Man City, when we play them away, what we're going to do over there. If they can start to win against those bigger teams more often like today, that's when I'll have more chest to say we'll win the league. But the conversation that I'm having is, can we be there? Can we compete? It's completely different saying we're going to win the league. I think we're all the same here. We're not going to win the league, bro.
Okay, so here's where maybe I differ to a lot of people in the chat. I don't really care about competing. We either win or we don't. I don't care about competing. I don't care. Like, I'll give credit and I'll be very happy with our performance, but I don't feel the need to say we are going to finish 5 points off the league.
Yeah, but how long have we said that since we last won, Matisse? We haven't competed.
For me, it's either the Chelsea mentality. If we're talking about actual Chelsea mentality, you either won or you lost. Won or you lost. And if you didn't win, you lost. So until we can win, we lost. So if we're the second losers or the third losers or the fourth losers,
we're still lost.
I don't really need to talk about that because then I can just say we got Champions League, we got a good points tally, and we move. We literally move to next season. I'm not gonna be like reflecting on it and going on a madness about finishing second or third for
No.
3 months.
See, that's a different conversation now. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna hang on to it. Hold on, Javon, before you come in, bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna hang on to it. If we finish second, for example, finish third. Oh yeah, we'll compete. I'm not gonna hang on to it and sing about it like these Arsenal fans, bro. We're Chelsea fans, bro. We've seen our club winning trophies, winning titles, multiple of them, right? So I'll be like, you know what? Next season we push on, we go again. We forget about this season. But end of the day, Matisse, since we last won the league, we have not competed once. Yeah,
Facts.
We competed the time when we had Lukaku and that, and Reece James and Chilwell both got injured.
But we didn't even compete because we were out by January. Do you remember? We were out by January.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't compete. Fair enough. We was in a title race, but we didn't end up competing. But
this is where we differ. We wasn't in a title race because we didn't even get to March.
Let me rephrase, Matisse. We were first.
I think we were in a title race that season more than I felt in this one. Like that one,
I agree. But if you're not in it in February, then what's the point?
It's done.
When you look back at seasons when you're 50, 60 years old, unless you've lost the league by a point, 2 points, 3 points, and it was like down to the final day, I'm not reminiscing on title race where we were out of it in December, January. It wasn't a title race. We didn't even get on the line. We didn't even start. We didn't even get on the horse.
But Dan, put it this way. Matisse is one of them. Dan, put it this way. Matisse is one of them man that don't flirt, bro. This man sees the girl.
Yes.
This man sees the girl, walks up, takes the number, and takes her home. Them man are not talk, brother. Silent killer. Them take home the girl. That's it. And then every 6 months he rotates. And he has his rough. The man not flirt. The man not, oh, can I take you out on a date? No, bad man. I see you minds now, and that's it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what I'm saying. That season was the last time that was actually in a title race, right? After that, we haven't been in the title race. Yes, we didn't compete, people. You're right. We did not compete because after that period, when Reece and Chilwell got injured, we fell off. But the point that I'm making, Matisse, is it's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute. So we have to have these conversations. We can't just ignore it and say, oh, we're Chelsea, we're expected to compete. Bro, the reality is we have not competed since we last won the league. That's the reality. So we need to wake up and now realize that we've actually got a chance of potentially, we might have a small chance, but there's a potential chance of staying with the pack and potentially winning the league, bro.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying?
But I don't think in December it warrants too much over emphasizing because we all know that there's a long. The thing is with Arsenal, and this is why I compare to Arsenal fans. I don't want what happens around us to influence us. Arsenal fans, 20 years, when they were in it for the first time, they were top of the league. And they were quite clear because they had gone on a stupid run, right? And they were getting excited and they were talking about it all the time and they couldn't stop. They were frothing at the mouth like, oh my God, we're going to win the league. Oh my God. I don't need to do that because I've seen my team win leagues, multiple. So I know what a title winning campaign looks like. And I know what a title winning team looks like. And until I truly believe, I'm not going to lie. Maybe you guys think it before me, but I'm not going to sit here and lie. Until I believe this is a title winning team, I'm not going to say it because I'll be wasting my time. I'll be wasting everybody else's time because I'll just be waffling for no reason. Right now, I think this is a little horse at best. I think this is a team that will be in and around there, like you said, but in and around there doesn't do anything for me because that's not a Premier League trophy. I'm only here for trophies. I'll be more excited to win the FA Cup than to challenge for the league and not win it. I want trophies. That's what my main thing is this season. Top 4, Champions League and trophies. I need this group of players to lift trophies. I don't need this group of players to sit at Stamford Bridge on the home turf against any whatever team it is, sitting there looking down at their knees saying, oh my God, we didn't win it. Oh, this is so disappointing. Oh, looking around like Arsenal players, having people laughing in the background. Like, I don't need that. I'm not interested. Either you win it or you don't. If you're not going to win it, go and win other things. Make sure. Go and win the FA Cup. Go and win the Club World Cup. When everybody else is jaded, tired, exhausted, go and win that. Be world champions. That's all I'm interested in is trophies. That's the only thing that gets counted. Competing and being in amongst it, and that doesn't count for anything. When you look back at the record books, it doesn't mean anything. So unless I'm going to go the full way and say we're going to win the league, which is what I would be prepared to do if this team proved that they can do it, then that's it. I'll be happy to say we're going to win the league, but I'm not going to sit and say we
Facts, Matisse. Where you say?
all that.
Where you say? We're the little horse and Arsenal are the donkeys.
I was going to say though, it's like there's no benefit to our squad or anything that talk. There's no benefit to it, to them thinking they're title contenders or anything. Like all us going under the radar is the best thing for these like young players to just keep developing, and then like the whole one game at a time thing, and then suddenly you might accidentally kind of fall into the path of yeah, it's real now.
Yeah.
But
Now,
just
all right, bring on Kazakhstan, bring on Astana then, all right?
Here's the thing.
Thursday.
Here's the thing.
Shamrock at home, man. We're just playing Shamrock at home. We're just next game.
Everything
100%.
you guys said on the panel is 100% true. The only difference is if it's depending on this is the time where we look at the other teams now, because everything Ma says reigns true, but it slightly shifts if Liverpool starts dropping points. It doesn't necessarily mean we're in a title race. It just means we're continuing on our trajectory. If you drop points around us, that's not on us, that's on you. And I'm pretty sure that if we were supposed to win the league from each of our channels collectively, there's going to be a segment where we shit on everybody else in the league. Am I wrong or am I right? Because we should have been in this position according to them, right? So if we continue how we continue on our trajectory and everybody else slip up and give us the title, then that's on them.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. That's all I've been saying from the get-go. I've been telling you, look, I just want us to keep doing our job. So if anyone slips up, it falls into our hand. Even though you don't want it, Matisse, even though you're running from it, it will happen, bro. If Liverpool keep dropping points and we keep winning our games, because we've got Brentford next, another place, right, that we need to beat them. Because we haven't I don't think we're beating them in the Prem. I don't think we're beating them in the Prem, bro. Yeah,
that's mad.
We need to make sure that we're beating them. Our record against Brentford is not good. It's really not good. That's another thing that we need to scratch off the mark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Right? Everton away again. That's another place we don't like going.
But you know what?
All these little things, all these little places, bro. We need to start changing the narrative against them.
Maybe call it PTSD, but I'm not at that point. And I remember when we were top of the league and we were winning leagues, I was at a point of overconfidence where I was like, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. I'm not at that point yet.
No.
I'm looking forward to every single Chelsea game. I can't wait until we play our next game, but I'm not overconfident. I can still see a team that is capable of dropping points. As much as we say this team is capable of being up there, I can see this team is capable of dropping points. So every single Premier League game right now is still do and die for me. Every single Premier League game is still do or die. I'm not being complacent with any game. Every single game, I'm like, I need everybody on point. I'm nervous. I'm looking forward to it. But do you know what I mean?
They're building the trust back. They are building that trust. Like, and today was a big one for that. It was like, okay, like that's a lot of adversity. 2-0 away at Spurs. Shocking start. Like that's an easy place to throw the towel in. And they're not. Like they are fighting back, and they are showing us little glimpses as to why we can trust them. That's why also there's no rush with it, because you kind of do feel like I'd say this though. This team should, I think, a lot of them should go on to lift leagues, etc. That's how I feel towards the team. I do see a team where I think we're going to be a very real problem in the next few years. Like there's some serious players.
There's a lot of winners in this. Like Enzo won trophies already. Caicedo looks like a player. Either he wins trophies with us, or if we're not serious, he'll move on to go somewhere and win trophies. Like there are certain players where big teams will happily come and take. Yeah, Palmer. Like I don't think it'll be weird if in 5 years' time Palmer plays for Madrid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it doesn't look like uncomfortable. So we've got players that with personality and characters that where they look like they're winners.
So another thing, Toby made another brilliant point. The reason why we can't fully commit to a title charge alongside of this is the league positions and the performances in the past years has done much more than us being a banter club. Genuinely, if we want to get sentimental for a minute, the club lost our trust. I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. The club lost our trust. So when we're back in this position, we don't know if it's a false positive. We don't know if it's false hope. It's literally PTSD. So what are we going to do? We're going to be cautious and optimistic. That's all it is. And then as facts change, opinions are going to change. Like I said, for me, if it's the end of February and we're just 2 points behind or even at the top of the table, then you're going to see a different Javon. At that time, I'm going all the way for it because we can't fumble top 4 from then. From at that point,
That's
it's
what I'm
impossible
saying.
to fumble top 4.
Yeah.
All right. So worst case scenario, what am I going to? I'm going to continue looking up. But until then, cautious optimism.
Yeah, a lot of people just need to listen to the conversation because you got people in the chat saying, "Oh, you're afraid to be bantered, brother." I had my tits out today. I rocked up to Saeed's gaff before Old Trafford and stared him in the face and said, "We're gonna beat you." I wore a Spurs basketball jersey and had a basketball in my preview for Tottenham. I'm not afraid to be bantered. I just don't want to lie to you. But this is why it's great to have this show because me and Don have different opinions and we all have different opinions. But when I think we can do it, I'll say it. But I'm not going to be pressured into saying it. This is the key. I don't want you lot to think, oh, he don't really believe that. It's just all of the pressure got to him and DR or Big Six. Everybody just kept asking, so he just said it. No, fuck that. I'm going to keep repeating the same shit every single week until I believe we can do it. And then I'll say something. So that's
what
just
would
where
be your, like I was going to say, what in my head then, I'm like, a turning point for me, if I actually felt like I'd believe in it, would be like, we play City away end of January, right? I know.
Yeah, that was the game I highlighted. Yeah.
I was going to say, I wouldn't think the City will be as bad as they are at the moment. They'll probably be a little bit better at least. But if I hear, when we went to City away under Conte and you heard 8 in a row, if I hear 10 in a row and Palmer's wrapped it up at the end and we've gone on a run, like even from that, we've won every game from these 4 to the next 6, 7, whatever, then I'd be a bit more like, all right, yeah, this is serious now. This is real. But
for
like
me,
you said, you can see defeat still. I want to see the low blocks get dismantled. I want to see that. I just want to see things that I haven't seen on a consistent basis for a while. And like Javon said, in terms of like trust, the last 2 years, it's going to take a bit of time for us to fully be like, yeah, we're back. You know what I mean?
Do you know what?
You don't know. Yeah.
Do you know what, bro? To build off what you just said, I think this conversation is very simple. I think it's very simple. Look at the fixtures. Brentford, Everton, Fulham, Ipswich, Palace, Bournemouth, Wolves. Anything after that, don't worry about it. If we get through this and we've gained ground on Liverpool, which is exactly what we should be doing, then all hell breaks loose. Because if we go on the run that we should be going on with these favorable fixtures, top 4, we won't really need to be talking about as much because when you build up a 15+ point gap, this team's not going to bottle that. I trust this team enough not to bottle that. So then we can move on. But you got to get this
because the gap for top 4 is 6 points now. If we get this period right, we could end up making it 12 points.
Yeah,
easy. From us to 5th. And that's the goal. But if we get it right, then and Liverpool drop even one game, next week they've got Fulham.
Yeah. If
they drop points against Fulham and we win, they get a point. All of a sudden, we're right behind them we're 2 points away, and everyone's going to be like, oh, you can't sit there and say, oh, no, we're still like, because the table will be telling a different story. But I totally understand what you lot are saying. Like, it makes sense. There's no point getting giddy so early when we haven't done anything. But it's just, be serious. Be serious, do your job. Brentford next week at home, under the lights, win the game.
And Brentford is not an easy game, boys.
Go, Javon.
Oh, I was just gonna say Brentford is not an easy game. They might be more tough than the Spurs game that we saw today. Very rough. Yeah. So I'm all eyes, all focus is on that. I know we have a mid game against I don't know the Conference League team, but I'm strictly I'm locked in.
Is that Kazakhstan? Is that Kazakhstan? Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We're playing at 3:30 p.m.
We're playing at 3:30. Yeah, it's mad.
Thursday, man. I was gonna be watching that whilst I'm supposed to be working. You know what I mean? But listen, bro, watching. I'm telling you, man. Listen, we're just blessed right now to have the squad that we've got, man. Because last season, we kept seeing this guy injured in training, that guy injured in training, this guy had not been able to make the team, and right now, Maresca's been able to pull out a very strong lineup. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really listen. I think we would have won even more comfortably with Fofana, in all honesty, today. I think, Solanke kind of roughed up Badiashile in ways. Maybe Badiashile didn't really feel comfortable on that side. But the squad that we've got, you just have to be grateful. So you got to look at Clear Lake, you got to look at, the scouting network right now. bro, it's good. We're bringing on the likes of Vega and that. You know, he can start for certain clubs in this team, in this league even. You know what I'm saying? So we've got to be grateful with the squad that we've got, man. We've got a very good squad. Very good squad, bro.
Let me ask everybody. Tobes, do you believe we can win every Premier League game in this picture?
Can or will?
Will. Fuck it.
No.
It's a better question.
Not every game in there, no.
Javon, do you think we'll win every game in this run?
McGreedy, oh fuck, of course. Everything. 3 points. Brawling. Everything.
I'm going to run a poll as well. I'm going to run a poll. And this is not a trick question, by the way. I'm not trying to prove a point because if we win every game in this run, I promise you I'm going to say we're in a title race. Like I'm not like ahead of the curve for saying that. I will truly believe it if we win every game here. Alexis, do you think we'll win every game in this run?
I think we'll win 5 out of the 6 and we'll draw 1.
That's still good. Oh
no, yeah, it could be something like that. I don't know yet.
Yeah, but every game, every game is a better question. Don, what about you?
No.
What are we looking up to? Literally up until the Wolves game.
Yeah.
We're doing Prem only, yeah.
Prem only, yeah. We don't care about conference because
forget about it. I don't care about the rest of it.
I'm looking at the teams here, how they're playing right now. I think Bournemouth's going to be a tough game. I know we beat them away, but I think that's going to be a tough game. Wolves, they score a lot of goals, but at the same time, they leak a lot of goals. Brentford, they leak goals too, man. That's the thing about them. But then, again, on set pieces, I need to see what they're like. That's the only thing. Bro, I don't know, man. I don't see us winning every single game. I'll be surprised if we do. I can't lie. I'm like you guys, bro. This team's not perfect, but it's more than good enough to beat these lot. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Can they win every game? Is a completely different question. Yeah, they could smash every team in this run. They could do that, but like. I don't know. I just look at like Palace away. Even though we have a good record there, it's just after New Year's. You've had loads of games.
Yeah.
Mateta goes.
Can I defend why I said yes?
So can I just make my point? Sorry.
Yeah.
If we win every game in that run, it will be 33 points out of the last 33 points.
Yeah.
Can I defend my point? Can I defend my point?
Go on, bro.
The reason why I said 100% yes. When we came back from the international break, in my match preview, I said we needed to win the Leicester game because it sets a precedence as to the run we're about to get, right? I was mostly worried about Aston Villa, Tottenham, and Brentford. Past Aston Villa and the manner in which we came back in this game tells me that we will, not only can, we will win the games upcoming. And couple that with the manager we have. Remember the manager's rhetoric against Southampton. This is one of the most important games, and we cannot take it lightly. So if he takes that mindset to all these games that we saw, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys are saying in the back of your head, these teams are scrubs, bro. We should be roasting them. I'm saying it with chest. I want 3 points from each and every one of these games. Barring Brentford, if we drop points, is a disgrace, in my opinion. Let me not disgrace, but it's a disappointment.
What's your at, Alexis, bro? Is it? Yeah, it's actually it's YouTube. I should find it. I'll look for it. I say so. The reason why I highlight this, definitely, bro. The reason why I highlighted this comment is because your mentality is wrong. I'm gonna check you here because this is where I find out who knows what a title race is and who doesn't. You don't know what a title race is. If you're saying we don't need to win all those games, you don't understand what a title race is. You've just played yourself. A title race is about leading. It's about setting the standard, the example, winning matches. When we were winning in our run under Conte, do you think I was sitting there saying we don't need to win all these games? When we went to the Etihad and won 3-1, do you think I was sitting there saying we don't need to win this game? Have you lost your mind? You win every single one of those games.
Yep.
Because it's better to be 5 points clear than 2. Because it's better to be 10 points clear than 5. What are you talking about? We don't need to win all those games. That's how I know you're not ready for a title race. That's how I know you don't really think we can do it. Because why are you talking about what Liverpool and Arsenal are doing? If you're in a title race and you're trying to win something, don't think about where they can drop points. Don't bank on, we need them to do this. Win it. Go and win it.
Plus, on top of that,
go and win it. Go and win your games.
Plus, on top of that, if we don't win those games, that means when we play our competitors, the big games, we cannot afford to drop points.
Yeah.
If we clear up, if we take maximum points from all our winnable games. That affords us the luxury of drawing the bigger games, the 1v1 games. That's what that
every
does.
game there is winnable, bro. Win them all.
It is, bro. But the thing is, you know what's so crazy when I deep it, yeah? I said in the next 6 games, I need to see minimum 15 points, right? And right now we're on 9, bro. Yeah, we beat Leicester, we beat Southampton, and we've beaten Spurs as well, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now on to Brentford, yeah, to hopefully collect more. And that will leave us on, what's that? 13 points.
Yeah.
12 points, sorry, 12 points. You know what I mean? That's just one more win than what I asked for.
I think we put on the group chat, didn't we? We were all around the 14, 15 mark out of 18.
I said everything.
Yeah.
I said everything.
You did.
I said everything.
I think we were all kind of like, I'll be happy with at least 14. That was roughly kind of what we were saying. But you forget how different this is actually being a real title race. Like Matisse, you wrote Conte's run there. When we lost at Spurs, it was like the world was ending, and we just won 13 in a row before that. It's like if you're afforded a bad result or whatever, it would be then. And even then, you can't. You feel like there's no room to maneuver in a title race. And I want this team to have the freedom a bit to maneuver and feel like they are growing, and they're just, they're not there yet.
I don't know what Tobes ate today, but he's making brilliant points. You see what he just said? I don't want it to go over anyone's head. Him saying that, basically, let me break it down. He's basically saying, if we clean up all of these games, given the young mentality of this group, it gives them the leeway to make those mistakes at the end of the run. That's what
when they're nervous.
When they're nervous,
panicking.
okay. When they're nervous, they're still going to give it 100%. But when they drop 3 points, there's still a cushion there to pick it up the next game and go again. Because it's a totally different mentality if we drop 3 points and Liverpool are breathing down our necks. If we're lucky enough to be in that position. So when it comes on to these games, it's a non-negotiable if we're talking about a title charge. If it's top 4, I can give you a draw and a loss here and there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference.
It's much easier to go on a run now than go on a run at the end. Going on a run at the end is far more difficult when they're doing up title race graphics on Sky Sports and everyone's asking the players in the post-match and they can't get away from it. And Maresca's not there to protect them. And the fan base are getting nervy at the bridge and starting to much harder to do the run then. You want to really go for it? Do the run now. Do the run right now. This is winter period. This is the time to do it, bro.
Arsenal last season, I think it was.
You're more likely to collapse down there, bro.
They lost to Villa. 100%. They lost to Villa, but they'd won like every other game. It felt like for the 4 months between it, and it was like the end of the world had ended because they lost one game to Villa.
Yep,
100%.
100%. So, yeah, man, we're moving. I like to move in silence personally until this run of games is over. But if you want to really win it, I'll be honest, this run of games is your perfect opportunity to make a statement and do it. Because, like I said, I'm expecting human nature to take over in the back end of the season. In their first title race, more than you can believe.
Giddiness, nervousness.
Yeah, 100%.
Cautious, walking into those bigger seats. Because remember, I think we play some big away games too in the end running if we're there and thereabout. Them going and then randomly look at Gusto. Perfect example. Gusto in one of the finals last season just shit the bed.
Yeah.
Gusto, where we've seen play at a 9 out of 10 level all season, gave us a 4 out of 5, 4 out of 10. Yeah. And that was a cup final. Imagine a league end running. Come on, man. In that last 5 games, it's like Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle's bare good teams in that last run. But the reason for me, just looking from the team dynamic point of view, like I said, it's not going to be a perfect run to the end. So I'd rather the run be perfect now, and I'm gonna easily now. I'm ready to deduct points for nervousness, like you said, for first time experience, for 100%. I'm ready to deduct those points because I know it's coming. If you're in it in that stage, you're going to drop points out of all of the intangibles that you can't even control because it's human nature. So better to build up a buffer. Forget a buffer. You've got to catch Liverpool. Until you even catch them, you got to catch them. Forget building up a buffer. You got to catch them. So first of all, catch them, then build up your buffer, and then the intangibles will get involved. That's how everybody needs to be looking at it. If you're thinking that this team's gonna, for me, just go through that period at the end stronger, I don't believe that's the case. I really don't. I think
I think first time will show his hiccups at some point.
Humbled.
So
We'll get humbled real quick if it doesn't
it's
turn
only
up well.
human nature. It's only
Mhm.
human nature.
By
Let
the
me
way,
go through. Go on, bro.
Quick question on the Reds. Did you think there were 2 red cards today? Caicedo and Lavia.
Not
do you
gonna lie,
think
we kind of got away with one. In my opinion, we
thought-
got away with at
Yeah.
least one of them.
And I thought
I
Kulusevski
thought
should have got sent off.
Kulusevski, yeah, I thought they evened out. I thought Taylor was actually quite good today. I actually let the game
Bro,
run.
You know, we've won our
talk
last
about
5
Taylor
games.
as much as we thought.
We have,
Yeah, we
guys,
didn't
we
talk
haven't
about
even mentioned his name.
Wait, you know, our last 5 games with him, the ref, we've won. All of them.
Is Taylor a
We haven't
Chelsea
got
fan
point-
now? Because even when they were throwing stuff at Sancho, I saw him having a word. And I was like, "Have you warmed to us suddenly? Like, what's going on?"
He saw what happened with David Coote and he said, "You know what? Let me not put any
Let me
more
fix some-
suspicious.
Yeah.
Let me not
Yeah,
make something
yeah.
more suspicious than it already is." Facts, 100%. Which is fair. We're gonna wrap up soon, people. I'm just going through these super chats. CFC owns Spurs up the Chelsea. Says Jay, big up, bro. Great show. Where's Don? Don is here. Do you know what I mean? I know that super chat was a bit back. Would Chalobah be an upgrade on our squad when he's returned, or do you look at another centre back? No. One thing I will say is next season,
at the moment.
next season, I want to win the title.
Mm-hmm.
So, regardless of what happens this season, next season, I want to win the title. I'm going to be saying we're in a title race from game week 1. People will be like, whoa, slow down. No, fuck you. Speed up. So, I'm going to need centre-backs that improve the team, not squad fillers. Not this summer with like Jorgensen or, if Jorgensen doesn't become the number 1 or, Drewsbury Hall or Tosin. I need certified upgrades. Core members that are going to propel us to that level where we just clean up and clear everybody. So no, I'm not taking either of those 2 guys. I'm not paying 80 million for Gurhey, even though he's Cobham, and I'm not bothering. I'm not even like Chalobah's a good defender, but it's not a level raiser for me. It's like it's another player that comes into the mix, and for me, it's like
I don't want.
We just
I
move.
don't
We
want to
make
go
our
into
money
a
and
game
move.
going, does Badiashile have a right foot? That can't be a question we need to be answering.
No. Yeah, if Badiashile is still here, he should be only utilized on the left-hand side, and that's it.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see. What was this? Don backed Maresca from day 1. Big respect. 100%.
Done my research. You got yourself, man.
100%. I call Cap Matisse. You forget Little Horse Chelsea. Yeah, Little Horse Chelsea didn't win the league. So
Little Horse Chelsea dropped points against Norwich and Sunderland at home. That cost us the league. That would break my heart if this happened in social media era.
Again, right? We'll get roasted.
Bro, a lot of the shit that used to go on, if it happened in social media era, oh my days. Wow. It would be a madness, bro. It would be a madness. Like, obviously, we always reflect on the old times and think that nobody didn't make no mistakes. If Tao Ben Ayeem existed in social media era, yeah? If Solomon Kalou existed in social media era, hey, listen, I'm telling you, shit would be going left. If Basingwa...
Hey, the way people talk about Basingwa and Mikel now, I'm telling you, during social media era, there would be completely different. It would be different narratives about them right now.
Different.
It would be a
Mate,
long day.
even Anelka used to get it a bit just for not being Drogba. Like, I remember because Anelka
that penalty missed.
Anelka looked a bit more. Yeah. The Moscow set him up that you never really took to him. He was a good player, he won Golden Boot, but it was like, but he's a bit lazy.
Wait, Don, leave something in the chat now because I'm just there looking for you just to mod you, bro.
Yeah. Let me leave a little something for the people.
Appreciate it. All right, people, listen. I think that's it. We're gonna wrap there. Great discussion. I think we've covered absolutely everything today. Really well and truly. Now we really do move. Because what is it? Astana next, and then after that it's Brentford at home. It's a different type of test. Physical team. Don't take them lightly because it's in Mbeumo and Wissa up front, and they're in form. They score goals. It ain't easy. Guys.
It's not gonna be easy, people. But we move, man. We move.
We're looking forward to it, though. It ain't gonna be easy, but looking forward to it.
Wissa loved the goal against us as well.
Oh, bro.
Absolutely.
They're both very good
We haven't
strikers.
beaten at the Bridge. We need our first win at the Bridge against Brentford.
Yeah,
And
100%.
climb that home form table as well in the process. That'd be nice.
Yeah. So there we go. Some people are messaging saying they never want to see my breast again. I can tell you if we do win the league, you will see plenty.
I need to see this. I actually need to see this. Where
We'll
was
see
it?
a lot of breasts.
Where
Just
wasn't
go on
it? Is more the question. Yeah.
Yeah, go on, no context.
Brother.
I'm gonna pre it after, man.
Done. You may have had limbs in the stadium. I had limbs somewhere else, brother. I'll tell you that for free. I was showing limbs. Guys, make sure you subscribe. That's a great conversation, by the way. I'm glad I'm the most hesitant. It bodes well. Because if I'm the most hesitant, that means we're in a very good position as a club, which is good, man. It's just nice to be winning. I'm not used to it yet. Is anybody else used to winning yet?
No.
I'm not used to it, bro.
Not really, you know. Not really, but when you actually deep it, we've barely lost this calendar year, bro, in the league.
Bro,
Barely lost.
I'm gassed,
We've
bro.
lost 2 games in
4
23.
draws, 9 wins.
Yeah.
We've lost 3 games, and
Comfortably, by the way. Go on.
one of them was to Napkin FC. Like, can you imagine Servette beat us this year? The teams we whooped, and Servette's one of them that's beat us.
On that stupid pitch, that was Hackney Marshes, bro. That was mad. That pitch.
Bro, that was a cricket pitch covered with grass.
Bro, don't even get me started on that game again.
Oh dear. All right, well, let's wrap. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channels in the link in the description. It's been a fantastic show. We've given every opinion, every avenue, every option for you guys to take away and think. By the end of the day, it's all down to the team, it's all down to the manager, it's all down to the boys, and it's going to be a good Christmas. I'm pretty sure of that. Those fixtures there, I'm very confident we're going to go on a good run. It's just, can we make it a perfect run or a near perfect run? That will be the difference between being in there and not. So until next time,
Wait.
Go on.
Before we go,
Make
me the big screen, blood. Make me the big screen.
Oh shit! All right, one
Give me the big screen.
One sec. Let me just get rid of the. Oh shit! What you got planned?
Big screen.
Mad.
Yes, people. Enzo, Ange Postecoglou. Welcome to the Enzo Asylum. And word to Goldberg, Thomas Frank, you're next. Welcome to the Enzo Asylum, people. This is the start of a new. Let's go.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Guys, just enjoy it. That's one thing I will say, right? Just enjoy this, because this is probably the most stress-free experience you're going to have as a Chelsea fan for a long time. Last season, the season before, you were stressed because we were shit. Next season, guaranteed. And the season after, you're going to be stressed because we are going to either have to be in the race or we will be in the race. Regardless, you'll be stressed. Right now, you're not stressed. You're excited. You're enjoying it. And just take it in, because it's only going to get more stressful. Simple as that. Hopefully for the right reasons. Because we love it. We love it. We love a bit of stress in the title fight. So until next time, pick up your damn selves. In a bit, people. Peace. Come on.